Hello, today I'm going to be demonstrating Riva's integration between Box and ServiceNow with a box sign use case where we have an employee who's going to be signing an employment contract. So the two scenarios that we have for this demo are involving the Savannah KeySig user. She's a signature requester, and she's going to be the one who's requesting a document to be signed. And in the second scenario, we have Will Otterbein, who's the signee, and he's going to be signing a document. And there's going to be some interaction between these users working on this contract document. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this demo. As you can see, I'm on a ServiceNow workspace logged in as Savannah KeySig, and I can see all the contracts that are currently assigned to her. So as you can see, there's two contracts. Employee onboarding contract for Dennis Nedry and employee onboarding contract for Will Otterbein. Now, this is the one that we're going to be working with in today's demo, but of course we can see a list of all the contracts in the system. But let's open up this contract here. On the side, we have a list of the metadata for this contract, so the different fields. You can see that it's employee onboarding contract for Will Otterbein. And on the side here, this tab, the Box Content Explorer tab, when this is open, it reveals this box preview window, which previews the corresponding box folder that was created for this contract. And we're able to upload files and whatnot to this folder. For this demo, we have this general form of employment contract for our company, the ABC Corporation. It's just a general employment contract form. So we're going to go ahead and have Savannah fill these fields out here in this document. Okay, now the form of employment contract has been filled out here in Microsoft Word. All that is required now is that the signature of the user be requested and that the user review the document before they sign it. So I'm going to go ahead and save this Word file and upload it to Box now. And this can be done simply by clicking this plus icon in the Box Content Explorer widget and clicking the upload button. And we can quickly generate a shareable version of this document just by clicking the share button and giving access to people with this link. And then we can copy this link and put it here in the comment. Now I've switched to Will Otterbein's view. He's logged in on a ServiceNow portal, and he's able to access his contracts by going to the header here and the My Contracts header navigation button. And this is going to take him to a page where he can view the contracts that he's currently involved in. Obviously, it's just the one employee onboarding contract right now. And when he clicks on this, he's going to get taken to the ticket page. From the ticket page, he can either access the document using the link here. Opens up a new browser window, and we see a preview of the file here in Box itself. Obviously, this isn't going to be useful for annotating anything like that, but he can just use a Box Content Explorer view from the ticket, click on the document, and he has access to the preview here. When he's reviewing the document, Will Otterbein notices that his name is actually spelled incorrectly in the document. So he's going to go ahead and highlight all the places where he is mentioned. Of course, you can just search Will Otterbein is incorrect and go ahead and annotate all these. But other than just the simple misspelling of the name, it seems that this document looks good. So we can just go ahead and update Susanna also within the ServiceNow activity stream. Just letting her know that it needs to be updated here and that he's left annotations. If we go back to Susanna's view, we can see Will's comment in the activity stream from the workspace view. Just shows up here. So we can check, because we have the same preview view of the document here, we can open it up in the Box Content Explorer, and we can see all the places where comments were left that need to be changed. Savannah can open up Microsoft Word, expand Microsoft Word, and use Find and Replace to quickly correct this little mistake. There we go. Replacements made. My We can double check that it was only 4. Yeah, it's only 4. Okay, so now that we have the fixed version of a document, we can go ahead and upload this again to Box. And this is going to go ahead and add a new version to the document. So you can see Susanna uploaded a new version, v2. You can see version 2. Will Otterbein. So if we search for the incorrect spelling, obviously it's not going to show up. Correct spelling, all corrected. And since Will Otterbein said that that was the only mistake, looks like once that's corrected, it's ready for him to sign. We can also initiate the Box sign request, and this can be done via the Box sign request UI action. So we click that, it opens up a pop-up window here in ServiceNow. We're able to select a document, choose the recipients, and enter in our email for this. So when we go to select a document, we can just use the file from Box. And when we click this button and then the blue button, we're presented with a list of the documents in the folder. And we can click this form of employment contract docs file. And yeah, we can give access to people with a link. So we choose that. It's a form of employment. And as for the recipients, we can either choose a user from this list here, or we can just enter in an external email, which is what we'll be doing. And we'll expand this and select the specific user because we need to configure the role and the signing order. These aren't really applicable for this use case other than we need to set the signing order to 1. If there were multiple users, we would configure the order which they need to sign. And if there were other actions that need to be taken, so for example, receiving just a copy of it or approving a document instead of signing it, then we could specify this in the drop-down menu here as well. But we don't need to do that. We're just going to go with needs to sign. And as for the email that the user will receive, we can use one of the custom email templates or just create an email on our own, which is what we'll be doing. There we have our email subject and email body typed out. We can just go ahead and send this, and this is going to initiate that Box sign request. We can see that the page was automatically reloaded. And if we open up the Box Content Explorer, we can see a PDF version of the document was generated. This is going to be the signed copy in the end. Right now it doesn't obviously have a signature because the user hasn't signed it yet. If we switch to the user's email view, we have a new email with the subject that we gave it. And if we open it up, we have the body that Savannah typed in. We can go ahead and click this Review Document button to open up the Box Sign window, the Box Sign browser window. And we can see that this is the complete form, the corrected version of the form with the name spelt correctly instead of incorrectly. So we can go ahead and sign this. We'll add a signature here. I'm going to ignore the in the presence of field. We can add our box signature and click sign and finish. Go ahead and close this window. If we refresh this page, we should see, once we open up the Box Content Explorer window again, perfect. We can see the signing log from the box signature. This, of course, is just contains details about the box signature request and the signature. And if we open up that signable version of a document, the PDF, we see that user signature added to it. Back to the user's email view, we can see that we also receive an email from BoxSign with the completed version of a document. We can see that it's the contract signing log again and the contract itself. User can download these two documents if they do not want them to disappear. To round things out, we can just leave a message at the end. thanking Susanna and letting her know that the contract was signed. This concludes Riva's demonstration of our Box and ServiceNow integration with the Box Sign use case. Thank you very much for watching.